Welcome to the Sunday night chat. Oh, hi, Julie. Oh, nice. So nice to see you. And yeah, so before I start, hi, Tracy. Hi, Paul. So a few things. I might not be here next week. My daughter's coming tomorrow. I might have a week off. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Hi, AS. Also, on my website, you can see various things. When you book, you can book a one-to-one Skype session there. You can also donate if you like, and I'm very grateful for those people who do donate. Usually the same three. So thanks you three. And hi, lovely. And what else? Yeah, I usually do a webinar the last Saturday of the month. It's not on my website yet, but you can always email me if you would like a place on that. It's the whole afternoon. It's like 3.5 hours or something. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Donnie. So let's just get rid of a few things. I don't want to see that. The only life there is here. This is the only life there is. And the seeker looks for it in what's not here. And it even looks for it in this, but it's looking for something it can't see or can't fathom or can't find or imagines it. Hi there, voice of the river. This is the only life. Is there anything else? And it amazes me, you know, when I listen to, I don't listen to them anymore, but I used to listen to these interviews with certain people, by a certain person. And then, you know, they're good, I like them. But the interviewer was so insistent that there was something else. But where is it? It's not here. It's not just here. This life. You know, it's obvious. It's just this life. It's never been anything but this life. And anything can appear in this life. Higher the sun, fear, panic, pain, joy. The seeker wants to find peace. It wants to find peace. But it wants to find it in something it can understand, because then it will say, now I have found peace. This is about the end of finding peace. This is better than peace. Hi, Paul. This is better than peace. Hi, Claudia. Yeah, I'll start reading things in a minute. This is life. It's the only life there is. And it's the only life that will ever be. And it's just this. Concepts may arise in this. So what? This person here might dismantle those concepts. That's what's happening. Just doesn't stand still. There's no state for it here for the person. The person just wants this endless state of I've got there, I've reached it, I'm complete. This is free fall, this is beyond feeling complete. This is the end, this is absolute, the sense of person wants security, wants to feel safe, unsurprisingly, and that's perfect too. But it will never, in this, there's nothing safe for it here. There's nothing safe here for the person. There's no security, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. there's just nothing here for it. Because it moves in looking. It moves in stories, concepts about itself. And when I get there, and we're looking for freedom. It's freedom from seeking. It's freedom from the stories, the concepts, the sense of separation. But there's no, what's that word? Oh my God. There's just nothing here for it as a security. The human can just get completely battered about like anything, like a bird in the sky, you know, battered about. Because none of that is personal. What happens to the person is not, what happens to the human is not personal. It's just life happening, and it can be uncomfortable. But that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable. The person is looking for comfort, consistency, ground that it can feel safe on. But it's never going to find it because it dreams of something else that will happen to me when all there is this life. Pure and simple, this life. And people spend like decades in concept about enlightenment and nirvana and all this stuff, and it's just totally missed that this is it. This is it. This is all there is. Isn't it obvious? It can be obvious for a moment, and then the seeker kicks in again, because it has that kind of, just has that groove, doesn't it? Just has the groove of trundling down its imaginary tracks, looking for an end. And this is the end. That's why it feels so unstable. When there's a glimpse of this, it can make the person feel very unstable, because it's suddenly like, oh, there's no ground. There's no ground here. There's nothing to get hold of. The end. And it's magnificent. Magnificent that there is this life. Hi, Joe. Voice of the river. How can it be anything else except in a story in the mind? Yeah. Yeah, the story of me, the story of freedom, the story of something else. The story of something else. And there isn't anything else. And the story of something else is this. It all appears in this. It's absolute life or love, freedom, But the person can't help but take that personally. Life, love, and freedom for me, in my concepts of life, love, and freedom. This is the end of concepts. This is the end of the ground of concepts. They're so nice to walk along, aren't they? Concepts feel nice and secure. But that's just all they are. It's just walking on a dream. So the mind's always trying to change its subject. Yeah, well, it's on a treadmill, isn't it, to nowhere. It's never going to get there because there isn't any there. There's no there. There's only this. And I don't mean that in a dry, boring way. I mean that in a absolutely complete, whole, and full way. Not for the person, not for this body mind. This body mind's just, you know, bimbling along, but without the story, so the body mind is therefore more relaxed. Doesn't have the me dramas going on. What about me? What about me? What do they think of me? Where am I in this? Thank God. You know, you can be nihilistic about this. You can just like, you know, in this subject, one can disappear up one's own bottom if one is not careful. But then it becomes just intellectual and loses its beauty. Loses its beauty. And I can be a bit like that when the mood takes me. No, nothing, 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 chop, 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 nothing happening. And I love that too. But really, there's a beauty, just a delight. This whole appearance is innocent. In the story, there is a lack of innocence, of course, and innocence. This is innocent because it has no preferences, or it's not selective. Who's special and who's not special? What's special and what's not special? This is unconditional in that sense, because there's nothing here that is choosing. There's nothing here that's choosing one thing over another. It's all just absolutely appearing, free of the constraints of being selective. Like the stairmaster in the gym, lol. I hate those things. I have a homemade energy drink because earlier I was absolutely wiped out. Absolutely wiped. I'm doing a detox and it's totally crashed. So I lay on the couch all afternoon, sleep. But I feel better for it. I thought I wasn't going to be able to like really sit here and talk, but now I've had this and better. I feel the caffeine kicking in. Okay, so I think that's all I have to say on that. So, you know, if anybody wants to talk about it, any concepts that you need annihilating, any concerns, you know, usual. I should make this bigger. I think that's sufficient. Other son, what do you think of imagination and knowledge? Well, those are just some things that appear. Imagination is the creative aspect of the human brain. It's a creative aspect. It doesn't really come out of the brain. It kind of bubbles up, doesn't it? And then forms in the brain as pictures or music or poetry or writing or whatever, you know, business ideas. And knowledge. Well, you can't have knowledge about life, about this life, because knowledge would just be another aspect of the appearance. This is too immediate, you see. It's not something that can be held onto as an idea or a thought. Knowledge about, I guess, car mechanics, I don't know. My case, painting. Not knowledge, that's just practice. Kunal, what about Krishna? I'm not religious. I have nothing to say about any religion. Religions happen. Yeah. But I'm not religious. I had a little dabble once with it, but it irritated me after a while. All those structures and all the people in charge and top dogs and all that. It's kind of annoying. Hi, Jim. Hi, Josie. The other son, is there a real difference since they are the same energy? No. There's no difference in anything. There's no difference between my glass of water and my plant or an idea or it's a sense of self always trying to, all it can live in is duality. It lives in an apparent dualistic reality where there is me and everything else, which is separated out. And it's hard to imagine what it's like for things not to be separated out. Well, it's impossible, actually. You can't, because this is not about, this life doesn't give a shit about the human. It doesn't. And yet the human is absolute love, appearing, even if it's a baddie. Even if it's a baddie. Love appearing as a baddie. Yes. Over the last few years, especially the last 6 months, I've lost interest in movies, games, and TV shows. Seem to be linked with my interest in non-duality. Did you have a similar experience? No. I've always been an avid sci-fi fan, so if I can find anything sci-fi, sorry, 1 second. It's religious festival here. That can happen though, why not? You know, anything can happen. There can be a change in the human and its interest in things. Yeah. This body-mind lost interest in having relationships because it just can't be bothered. Just can't be bothered. No. Seems like a lot of hard work. Angelica, who is it that feels the need to detox? My body. My body feels the need to detox. See, what happens is people get in the idea that there is somebody who's deciding what happens, what to do, but it just happens, or it just happens on its own, and nothing has actually ever happened. But this body mind just talks normally. It talks normally like any other person. There is no who. There is no who anywhere. This who is a concept going on, mainly in the brain, and is constricted emotionally because it's heavily believed. That's the only who there is, and it's not real. So everything can carry on the same. See, it's no good getting into non-dualistic kind of rules, because they're just concepts. You know, this is about the end of rules. Yeah. Every human just goes towards the things that it's drawn to on its own. There isn't anybody doing that anyway. There might be the idea I'm doing it, but it just happens on its own. This body felt the need to have a detox, so that's what's apparently happening. Paul, all the concepts I have, I know are concepts, but about this, yet the seeking continues, but questions that come up become redundant because I know they'll be shot down in flames by you. Yeah, but you can't help that. I think it's really actually quite important to just keep getting those questions out and to be constantly shot down in flames. Yeah. Listen. Yes, it's because you found a better story. The story you lost the story is more entertained than all those other ones now. Yeah, I lost complete interest. Yeah, well, I mean, I've lost interest in relationships too. That was the first thing that went. And you get all the time, why are you single? Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's apparently happening is what's apparently happening, whether it's an interest in TV or not. I love watching series, you know, science fiction, all that, post-apocalyptic. I love that. Yeah. Okay, these are talking to each other. Voice of the river. This is not my statement. It's an appearance of another and their philosophy. What is your sense of it? Life can be a performance or an honesty. Only the latter is a rest. Life can be a performance. It's an appearance. What's your sense of it? Absolutely impossible to describe. There is nobody having a sense of it. There is only this absolute aliveness. You can't really talk about that part because it's beyond words, because words are always dualistic. Because they point to things and yet they're not. Constant contradiction and paradox. I love it. Tracy, Anarchy, yay! CDD, Dr. Seuss's Whoville. Josie, I wonder if lucid dreaming has anything to do with non-duality. As I write this, I feel it's just another story. Would you say it's a kind of like lucid dreaming at all? No, not really. It's more you can kind of get hold of lucid dreaming as a subject. You can't get hold of this aliveness as a subject. It's beyond words. It's beyond words. Yes, how can you see what you are? Is it a case of seeing that you are not, which gives you a hit of what you are? Or can you get a feeling of what you are? No, no. There's no sense of anything like that. There's just responses happening in the body, but there's no sense of location of that happening to anybody. The sense of location totally evaporated, and what's left is the body on automatic, like anything else. You could say that. The wall is on automatic, the plant's on automatic, the body's on automatic. There's no sense of anything like that. And Janika, I don't seem to understand. There is no me. Will I ever? No, 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 no. It's only the sense of the person that wants to understand that there is no me, because it thinks that it will have the experience of no me, but it won't. Won't. The sun, there's responses, but not a responder. Yeah, because where is that responder? It always arises as a dream of me. That is an apparent reality of the me, which isn't a reality at all. It's just what seems to happen. Eckhart Tolle used to say, the least said about it is still saying too much. I don't know how to respond to that. Well, we communicate. We're communicating in words just because that's what's happening. There's nobody actually speaking. There's nobody actually writing those words. There may be in that human, or maybe not, a sense of I am writing the words. So when that sense of I am writing the words is gone, there will be just writing words. There'll just be hunger arising, tiredness rising, stubbing toe on the door arising, whatever's arising. None of it is arising for anybody anyway. There's just that idea that it's arising for me. Me is a conceptual, paranceptual, separate reality, which is looking in separation for non-separation. It's a movie running. It's a virtual reality, apparently, running. But that's all it is. And it's also aliveness. Having a laugh. Because when that is seen, the human, and I see it quite a bit, can either break down into tears or break down into hysterical laughter, one or the other. Because it's just unbelievable it's unbelievable. Like, how could I have missed that this is life? This is the life I've always looked for. It was always here. It's always here. It's always shouting and singing and dancing. Life, life, life. The wall is being life. The glass of water is being life. These words are being life. This hand. Listen, if there is no me, then how should I believe a me when it says there's no me? It's just a story running. That's just a story running. Who would believe it? Who would say there's no me? It's just a story running in the head. There's just sitting on a chair. just, you know, just sitting on a chair or whatever, and a story running, if there's no me? How do I believe in me? Like, where is any of that? Where is any of it? It's just appearing. Oh, okay, I get that. Yeah. It's really very simple. It's really very simple. But for me, it's not easy, and it's actually impossible. That's so cool. Yeah, I know, right? It's that simple. I love it when the penny drops. Hi, Will. Yeah, I know. I was sleepy today. I just had 200 milligrams of caffeine, so I'm feeling a bit better now. What is that simple? What are we looking for? Nothing. We're not looking for anything. There's just looking, appearing as a story. The end. Then closes the storybook. Yeah. Josie, the me just does not appear any longer. Yes, exactly. It's that simple. That's how simple it is, AS. The me, this story going on, you're walking down to the shops, it's a nice sunny day or a nice rainy day or whatever. And it's just what's happening. And in that, the human is going, me, story, drama, tomorrow, yesterday, last year, blah, 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 blah. But really, there's just walking down the road happening. None of it's actually really going on. All those stories are just stories. And yeah, when the me does not appear, it just doesn't appear. It's not like suddenly the human becomes enlightened, you know, and there's this nirvana golden ray of enlightenment beaming down upon me. It's just simply walking down the road without those stories going on, without that sense of duality going on. And that's beautiful, but not beautiful as some sort of state or knowledge, just beautiful. Josie, just does not come up incredibly all the fuss it can seem to cause. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big fuss about nothing. Me and my life. Yes, but walking is happening, but for no one. Yeah, well, yeah. Walking is just happening. I mean, when you go, you know, when you do something automatic, say something we do a lot, like I don't know, go to the loo, for example. We just get up and go to the loo. And usually there's no story about it. Just going to the loo is happening. Because, you know, that's what human does that a lot. Or getting dinner. Just something simple. It's just what's happening. Sometimes the sense of the story is not going on in those moments. So who's it happening for? It's not happening for anyone. Just the sense of me, the me, makes a story about who it's happening to. It's not happening to anybody. It's like saying the clouds are happening to me. I don't like their shape today. How could they do that to me? How dare they? They're making me feel like I'm not good enough. You know, that's how absurd it is. But it's also just what seems to happen. And only to the human. TDD, the person seems to hold on to the story. Yes, the person would be nothing without that story, but it can't let go of the story in order to let go of itself, because it doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to die. You know, it thinks it's alive. It thinks it's you. It thinks it's the body. It's me, it's my body, my life. It's a whole story that's been built up around this sense of separation. I'm separate, therefore I'm this, 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 and this. And the story changes, isn't it? It's always changing. You know, a lot of, you know, people who come to non-duality have been through all the stories, haven't they? They've been through all the seeking stories, always trying to find the end, enlightenment. There's all these teachers around the world who are promising enlightenment, as if it's something that somebody can have. But who is this one that can have it? It'd just be another story for me. Enlightenment would just be another me story to make itself feel better. But it wouldn't last long, would it? Let's face it. Hi, Han. Cause and effect is not real either. No, no. Because you'd have to go into a story about the cause. Cause and effect, the whole story of it is here. Everything is here. My whole apparent adulthood and childhood and everything else is here. It's not back somewhere which doesn't exist. It's all here. So no, there's no cause and effect, because that would be another construct put on top of something that appears to happen. Lovely. I have a constant longing to find love. After the me is gone, does this longing end? Yes. Yes. Because it's all that's left is love. But it's not personal. It's not for anybody. All that's left is love. Life. Aliveness. Whatever you can't really call it anything, I guess. Love is close. But it's not the personal love that the person thinks. You know, obviously this body mind loves people. Love my daughter. Love my parents, my siblings, their kids. You know, there's that. I love my friends. But that's a selective love, isn't it? I love that person, but I don't love that person because I don't know that person. That's just called, do you want to call that? Tribe. Tribe. You know, we're tribal animals, aren't we? We like to have our little tribe around us, people we resonate with and enjoy. Han, it's all here because it's just a thought that appears. Yes, yes. Cause and effect is just another thought that appears. It's another story. Something that happened somewhere that is not now here because it just doesn't exist, caused this thing that's happening now to happen. You have to go into this mental state. You see, even though I know time is only another concept, it's still known that death will come to this body, mind, eventually. I wonder how you deal with life and knowing it will end with a human form. I just don't give it any consideration. Only in terms of just normal things like, you know, I made a will for my daughter, even though none of it will exist. When its body dies, you know, the human just does stuff. It'll just be the end of this just be the end of this dream. Just be the end of this dream. this real and unreal appearance, which is not set in time and space. That's how it is here. That's how it is here. And I wouldn't talk about this openly to friends because they think I'm insane. only friends in this message. Well, where is the death of the body? Where is it? It's like it's projecting something. Yes, all bodies die. Yes, yes. Eventually, this body will die. It's actually beautiful, really, that this appears like that. See, it has no regard. This has no regard. Kills everything. Kills everybody. Nobody's special in that way. And it could happen at any moment, couldn't it? Could get knocked over by a truck. Maybe. I don't know. See, we worry about something that is not here. We make this story about that I'm going to die. I am not going to die. The I is not going to die. The I is just part of the brain, the body. I mean, sorry, I got distracted there by something. The I is going to die. It's not even really alive. I am not alive. The I is not alive. I love TV series 6 Feet Under to expose all this. I haven't seen that. Is it good? Six Feet Under is non-duality. I think it's like some sort of TV series that maybe might have some themes, according to Josie. So well, I just love the script to expose the futility of the body, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. The body is susceptible to death, but nobody dies. I might take a look, Josie. I haven't got anything to watch at the moment. Find some stream. Joe, who are you? Who are you? Both of those words are utterly conceptual, aren't they? Who? Who? Where? Where? Where is who? It's a presumption that there is a who, that the human in its story of separate sense of self has a story of who. CDD, the person being tired of endless story, wants nothing to take its place. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. It's that when the mind and the body is totally in that story, it just gets so tiring. But nothing will take its place. It will literally just disappear. Nothing is replaced. It's the actual end. It's the actual end of something. It's the end of all that. Nothing is replaced. There's suddenly like nothing happening in here, or emptiness happening in here, or any of that. It's actually total annihilation of everything that the body, that the human, that person thought was real. Absolute annihilation. There's no steady state here. There's not even here. There's no sense of location, time, and place. It's totally wipes out. Because all that exists as a story, a believed story, accompanied with this sense of separation. What is left when that's all gone? Nothing. Nothing at all. Paul, they need to hurry up and make the second series of Handmaid's Tale. They have, Paul. I think I'm on episode 6. And it's really good. It's really, really good. Yeah. I stream it, you see, from various secret locations. Listen, who's the worst non-duality speaker? I think you need to make up your own mind about that. If there's no discernment, and no sense of freedom in the energy of the words, then you're being taken for a ride. That's all I can say about that. Not that it matters, because it's all aliveness. But also I'm saying that too. Yes, can't seem to find the script. TV show. Yeah, Josie, Handmaid's Tale. It's really dark, though. It's really dark and disturbing, but it's so well written. It's by Margaret Atwood. She wrote the novel, and she won the Arthur C. Clarke Award for that novel a few years ago. It's a joke. It wasn't pretty. Yeah, there were some people who I would not listen to. But then again, I don't listen to Donald Trump either, so you know. What can I say? I don't even listen to the news. I don't care about all that. I care about the news and all that stuff. I'm only involved in a few things in this appearance: art, sci-fi, non-duality, lazing about, chatting with friends. Nothing much. My life is very simple. I just finished Black Mirror, so willing to watch the next dark one. Yeah. You'll love it. It's really great. It's really fantastic. Poor shit, see ya. I just like non-duality. Yeah, some people do. Some people do. Well, listen, weed puts me in a non-dual state. Well, there is no non-dual state. There's only just this life. There's just this life. There's just this life. There's no state. States come and go. Today it was the state of absolute tiredness, crash. Now it's the state of, I don't know. Nothing. There's no state. There's nothing that's static. If this was static, it wouldn't destroy everything. Everything gets destroyed, including the bodies. Everything gets destroyed. Struggle with everything else, haha. Yeah, yeah, you know, but that might change, mightn't it? You just never know. You never know. There's certain things I thought at one time I'd be like, I'm going to do this forever. I love this. I'm going to do this forever. I used to watch non-duality all the time years ago. And now there's no interest at all. This person is open to annihilation. The person won't know it's been annihilated. The person won't know it because the person's not real. It's not a person. It's an illusory appearance of a person. So it's the end of an illusion. So you have no interest now in non-duality. No, no, no. only speaking about it like this because it's there's some real beauty in it. There's beauty. Who did you watch? In the end, only really Tony. I watched Lisa for a bit. I watched a few others, but I kind of got tired of them quickly. In the end, just Tony. But I didn't know about non-duality for a while. The sense of self was already collapsing before I'd even heard of it. It was just a person here going, what the hell is going on? What the hell? Nothing. Nothing's going on. If there's no cause and effect, then the whole story falls apart. Has the story any function at all? No, no, no function at all. It just arises, story arises. You know, I might tell you a story about my daughter. You know, I'm not going to, but say that story arises because that's how the human functions. But the story for somebody just absolutely falls apart. The me story literally vanishes. Like it was never there. Because it was never there. It was never there. Now the whole story of Lisa being a person appears in this as a story. It never happened. Never happened. Voice of the river. I am not a non-dual speaker, but if I was, I volunteer to be the worst. No, you might be the most entertaining. Listen, Bashar is best. Oh yeah, I've seen him once. He's like some sort of channel, isn't he? Channels Bashar from some other like dimension thing. Yeah. And so the story completely meaningless then? Yes, yes, yes. But it can be beautiful, it can be sad, it can be this, it can be that. The human is just But when there's no sense of self there, all those stories, I can read a book, okay? I love reading, and it's a story. And, I can be really moved by that. I think I cried at the end of the last one because it was so touching, the post-apocalyptic novel. But it was really sensitively wrote, and I love good writing. I love good writing. So it's just a response. Response happens. Yeah. But for but in reality, the story is meaningless because it's just happening spontaneously. Story seems to, for me, the story appears in time and space. But really, the whole thing is utterly meaningless. Marcy, do you think channeling is real? Bashar and Abraham Hicks and all. I haven't heard of Abraham Hicks. I have no idea, but I'm not closed-minded to anything appearing in this life because it's all life doing it. I'm not closed-minded to any of it. I mean, I don't care about channeling and all that. It's just not my bag, It's just not my thing. But I don't disregard any appearance because it's all the same appearance. It's all the same miracle. Even if it was real, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I'm hoping aliens are real. Yeah. Mark is a story. Yeah, it is, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So is a novel, but you can still be touched by it. So is a beautiful piece of music. It's a beautiful piece of music. There's beautiful writing, beautiful art, beautiful music. The arts, Yes, I think Tony Parsons, Lisa, and Paul Hedman, top 3. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love Tony. I just love him. He has shown so much kindness. So much kindness. Yeah. Yes, I watched a lot. Yeah, well, I did too. And I was like, there was a list and I was just crossing them off. And in the end, I just ended up listening to Tony. I listened to Lisa for a while. Yeah, when she talks non-duality, she's really, really good. I've met her. She's, yeah, amazing. Tony Foster's so funny. He is. He makes wacky faces. Yeah. Yeah, he does. I can keep going for a while if you like, because I don't know I'm going to do it next week because I want to give time to my daughter. I haven't seen her for months. Focus on what is here and the story may weaken. No, because it'll just be more seeking. There's nothing that can be done about seeking. Seeking is just what is happening. That's hope, isn't it? If I do something, if I don't do something. Marcy, it doesn't matter to the awakened ones, but it matters to the 99.9% of the population. Yes, but they're all life. All of them are life. And if it matters, it's life appearing as mattering. There are no awakened ones. There aren't. Everybody, all the humans are equal. They're all the same life. Yes, some of them it does matter to. Dying seems to matter to most people, but then again, maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't matter to the animals. They don't think about becoming awakened. They don't think about that. They don't search for enlightenment because they're already free. They are the beauty of life appearing as the animals. And humans are the beauty of life appearing as humans. There's no differentiation between the two. There's no differentiation. Paul Hedderman is good. I agree. I should check him out, but probably not. This is a good lengthy talk. Yeah, I can go for a bit. Why not? Because I'm going to be a bit quiet for the next 2 weeks, but I'm still going to be doing my Wednesday night chat groups. Still do that. Would like you to check him out. It might happen, it might not, I don't know. Funnily, I have no interest in non-duality because there is no non-duality. There is no non-duality. It's just this life. What a wonder. What a wonder. Sitting here, table, light, words. This is everything you're looking for. Han, Hon. About cause and effect. Does the seeking really happening then, Lisa? Is that just a story? Shocked. Yes, 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 yes. It's a story that is a propensity of the feeling of separation and not feeling like this is enough. I'm not enough. Therefore, this is not enough. So I'm going to have the story that there is something else going on that is not this. Yes, yes, seeking. It's just something that appears. And it is a story because the seeking is looking in a story of that there is something else. And let us know, because I'm not sure if it's right what he's saying. Well, that encourages me. Oh, I might give him 5 minutes just for you. Sometimes it doesn't matter what somebody's saying. The words are not really that important. There's no kind of set way of speaking about this. You can have a load of cliches which you use, but the words aren't important. The words come energetically just in this. They're just happening. Sounds happening. Lovely. Is the world real at all? I mean, the body dies, and it is changes to the ground and sand. Is nature real? I have no idea. I'd have to go into story about that, but I don't know. There's just sitting in a chair. There's just a computer. There's just a wall. There's just this boundless, whatever this is. I don't know if it's not real or unreal. It's neither. It's life. It's life. This is it, guys. Angelica, what is it that is touched by a story? Is it just random emotion? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's gets touched. That's freedom appearing as being touched by a story. Yeah. There's no rules, you see. There's no rules. There's no words. There's no rules. Han. There is no reason for the separation that appears to happen. No. There's no reason for the wall to appear. No reason for separation to appear. It hasn't come from anywhere. It's just a life appearing. So you must chant, this is enough, this is enough, this is it. Like, oh, there's your hope again. Hope. There's no hope for the me. Listen, your answers are so humble. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this chair is. We call it a chair, but I just don't know. Or care. Or care at all. Moxie, you can say these things because there has been a shift in you. The identification has dropped with the thoughts, but for the rest of us, the mind still creates troubles. There is no rest of us. Everybody here is absolute aliveness appearing. Absolute aliveness. There is nobody who is enlightened or unenlightened. This is just life appearing as that. Just life appearing as that. There is no rest of us. There is no us. It's just sitting on a chair. And I don't know what that means. I don't know where it is, what it is, anything. Don't know anything. I know nothing at all. And hence, there is the want for the shift to happen. Yes, yes, yes. It won't be a shift. It will just be a change of appearance. Because the shift presupposes that there will be something moving from one thing to another. It's spontaneous. Absolutely spontaneous. It's not moving from one thing to another. It's still the same aliveness. Yeah, I know that people say it's easy for me. But it's just not, it's just, this is nobody speaking here. There's nobody sitting here speaking. Nobody there listening. There's just sounds. It's just sounds. They're saying freedom, 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 freedom. This. It's just the song of life. This. Dee painted the front door deep purple, love it. That sounds lush. Thank you, Claudia. The story is just trying to make sense of it all when there is no sense. Exactly. Exactly. This is no sense. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. No sense. There are senses, you know. Oh, thank you, Donnie. There are senses, but they make no sense. The wall makes no sense. Discernible sounds. Yeah. Sounds happening. Cognizing happening. I don't get it happening. Wall happening. Floor happening. None of it makes any sense. And it's absolutely immediate. The whole of life is absolutely immediate. I'll do 5 more minutes, then I'm off. I see tendencies being played out happening. Yes! Tendencies appearing. The story that my tendencies appearing. Because the person thinks it's the body. All of a sudden, the deepest truth is the hardest to explain. Yes. Yes. Because there is no definitive truth. There's nothing that's true here. That's why it's so impossible. That's why it's so impossible to get it conceptually, because there is no definitive truth. You were saying half and left. Now you can't leave on time for questions. I don't understand that, sorry. Thank you for the extra time. Going outside into the sunshine now. Oh, enjoy your purple door. You were saying half. And left now you can't leave on time for questions. Yeah. Joe's music quotes. What's that? How's that one go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it 1? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Senses working overtime. I love that song actually. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I will be with the Wednesday group, so I'm not going to stop that because you guys have signed up for that, and I will not. I see. Correct if wrong. Neo-Advaita doesn't convert nothing into something, but traditional Advaita does by saying it. I have to remember what traditional Advaita is. Is that like awareness teaching? Neo-Advaita. I never use that word. Neo-Advaita. I don't, if I had it, you know, if I could, I wouldn't call it anything, because it isn't anything that has a name. Just life. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, the seer, the witness. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a nice story, isn't it? The seer, the witness. Cool story. This is freer than that. This is free. This is free from any bounds that are created in the story. Free. Oh, thank you, Jim. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Not sure if I'm here next week. I will see what happens. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And see you all soon. Bye.